Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Okay. Okay, so day 6, welcome. It will be a session on group discussion. So how do we, now I was just going through this news that the NEET exams, right, have not been postponed. And they're expected to happen in September. So that is the idea, that the exams will be conducted in September. So the idea is, so exams are not being postponed, at least the competitive exams. So therefore, there's a chance and there's a likelihood that by the time companies are ready to come, you may be having a physical interview and a discussion, right? So to that extent, this is important. Online discussions can also take place, whereby there are different people and you sit and discuss, right? So 6 or 7 people can be there always on the screen. Everybody's screen is live, and then you can certainly go ahead and solve it. Right. That's how the problem of the GD or whatever the topic is given to you. So okay, so you see, the objective of this session is to first, give you a thorough orientation of the process of the entire GD. So what happens in a GD, we are going to give you an entire orientation. And the idea is to tell you inputs, give you understanding and knowledge so that you are better than your competitors, right? So the whole idea is that you have to perform slightly better than your competitors. So that's the key thing that we need to understand. And then to help avoid common mistakes in the GD. So generally some of the mistakes that everybody does, we need to avoid that. And of course, we'll try to simulate this process here in this online discussion as well. So that's the basic agenda of today's session that we are going to take. So you please understand this, that GD is not necessarily a selection process. It is essentially an elimination process. So what does it mean, elimination process? You see, when there is a large pool of people and you have to choose a limited number of people. So what you do is you choose by the process of elimination. Say, for example, just to give you an understanding, let us say you have gone to a market, you need to buy a certain amount of shirts. You want to buy some shirts. There's a huge amount of choices that you have, right? So what do you buy? You don't just, pick up one shirt. कि भाई ये पसंद आ गई भाई, कई बार तो हो जाता है, you really like that, you pick it up and you are sorted, but that's not always the case. So what do we do? First we pick up 3 or 4 shirts or 5 shirts out of the given hundreds of colors that they are there. First you decide on the criteria in terms of costs and color and design, but still you explore and you see that there are certain types of shirts which are good. So you may pick up 5-6 shirts from there, and then you keep that in front of the desk and you say, okay, out of the 6 shirts I need to buy 2. So it is very difficult for you to choose 2 that point of time. So what do? You say, okay, इनमें से ये तो नहीं लेनी है. So you remove another remaining 5. Then you look, all those aspects, color, tone, everything, price. Then once again you say, okay, ये वाली भी नहीं लेनी है. You understand? So what do? You remove another one. So rather than making a decision that इस चीज को हमें लेना है, you take a decision कि किस चीज को नहीं लेना है. So when there's a huge volume, large amount of choices available to you, then the process of elimination is easier in terms of decision making. Now, this is exactly what happens in a group discussion also. You see, if any organization is having 100 vacant posts, let's say, they would shortlist something around 700-800 people for that particular 100 posts. So it's normally for the second phase and the third phase. That second phase is discussion and the third phase is interview. Be it a college, be it a company, they would call upon something like 7 to 8 times the number of vacancies that are there. And so will be the scenario with you. So if there's 100 positions and then there are 800 people, they need to shortlist some of those people. So what is the one of the best process? It is a GD group discussion. So in discussion, rather than saying okay, let's choose कि ये बहुत अच्छा इसको ले ही लेना है, they will actually shortlist in terms of giving you marks, right? And they will say okay, जो अच्छा नहीं है उसको कम कम मार्क्स देते जाते हैं, बचे हुए को अपने आप ज्यादा मार्क्स मिल जाएंगे, and they will get selected. So generally it is an elimination process. That means if you do extremely bad in an GD, you will be eliminated out of the GD. If you do okay, average, good, exceptional, you will be moving to the next level. Next level is your interview level. Normally, whoever gives in GDs are also invited for interview sessions. However, there is a marks associated with these two processes, and the culmination, the cumulative score of the entire process is taken so as to make a final decision. So the idea is not to perform too bad to get eliminated. That is the whole objective of this entire session. So please understand, you cannot or don't think in terms of impressing the interviewer that, okay, if I do everything right in the GD, I'll be selected. You will not be selected, because there will always be a most important interface, and that would be of a GD group discussion. So apart from GD, you'll be having something known as an interview. So without the process of interview, you will not succeed. So you need to understand, you have to perform okay, average. If you perform good, exceptional, nothing like it, great, we should do it, we should try to do it, but don't do something very stupid that gets you eliminated in a GD. So this is a elimination process, please understand that. So the idea is to eliminate the unwanted person. So you have to make sure you are not among those unwanted persons. So even if you don't do exceptionally good, don't do something bad or stupid that will that will spoil your prospects of getting selected. So that is the whole idea of understanding a GD. It's an elimination process. So let's understand, it is an elimination process, why it is needed, what are the parameters on which an interviewer is going to judge you, so as to make sure that you are not the person who gets eliminated. You are the person whom they will be selecting, right? Who will get good marks. So that is the whole idea. So one thing they are looking at some of these traits. You must be a team player. Please understand, this skill of being a team player is far, far more important than individual brilliance. Because the kind of companies you are going to work for are large organizations which have big projects going on, right? And you will be one of those persons who is a part of that big project. Now, if you are not, capable, if you're not good enough a team player, then you are not sorted. You will not be shortlisted, because ultimately you need to perform in a team. In a team, that means there is certain thing that you are going to contribute. There'll be other team members who will be contributing something. So unless there is a fit, unless your work and others' work complement nicely, if they don't complement with each other, the chances are that you will not succeed. So teamwork, it gets displayed in the group discussion when you're talking to others. How it gets displayed? For example, if somebody is making a point, right, you also have a similar point. So rather than contradicting immediately, you try to support it, right? When I'm saying you're trying to support it, it is not necessary that every point you have to support it. If you have an opposite view of something, you give that opposite view of something, but you back it up with examples and facts, and you support people who are in your line of thought process. So that is how somebody will decide whether you are a good team player or not. Then you have interpersonal skills, right? What is an interpersonal skills? Interpersonal skills is your ability to communicate among with the other people. That is your interpersonal skills. So if you listen to, we did a section on communication. So listening is very important. Similarly, so if you are a good listener, if you have been listening to these people who are talking in the GD, so if they believe that they are finding support in you when they are speaking, so when you will speak, they will give you the support. So how do you get this support and give support? You give the support by nodding your head like this when somebody is speaking, by paying attention when somebody is speaking. So if somebody is speaking, you are looking towards them, आप उनकी तरफ ध्यान दे रहे हो, and you are taking a mild nod as in terms of, you are listening and you are accepting what they are saying. So that is the support. That is what I mean when I say support. So when these people feel comfortable looking at you because you are nodding, you are supporting them, they will feel naturally comfortable with you as a person. So when you will speak, right, when you are making your point, then everybody will pay attention because you have made them feel comfortable. They have felt comfortable in your presence. So when you speak, they will make you comfortable. It will happen naturally. It is give and take. It is psychology. It is bound to happen. So if you create comfort for others, they will make sure that you are comfortable and they give you comfort. So that is, I mean to say, when I say, you have to be good at your interpersonal skills. So when you talk to others, you are listening well, and when you are talking, they are listening well too. That's how it works. And you must be good at a constructive interaction. See, I told you that when somebody's speaking and you're listening, you do not listen just to answer. You listen to understand, right? So when you understand when somebody is saying something, then the response or an addition to what somebody has said is far more valuable, right, in terms of your contribution to the person's idea. So if you're contributing to a person's idea, that is what it is known as constructive interaction. Even if you're opposing somebody's idea, it can be a constructive interaction, provided you are backing it up by logic and data. So if somebody is saying something and you're not agreeing to it, fair enough, you have every right not to agree. And you also have a right and responsibility to tell them what is your point of view. But whenever you disagree, there has to be logic behind it. You don't disagree for the sake of disagreeing, right? You don't oppose just for the sake of opposing. When you disagree or oppose, there has to be logic, there has to be reasoning. And if it is supported by some facts, some data, nothing like it. Even the person whom you're opposing will appreciate this. So that is the basic meaning when I say it has to be a constructive interaction. So you understand the meaning of this constructive interaction. So as a person, you need to demonstrate, you need to show, and you have to convey your ideas convincingly. See, you may be having a great idea in your mind, right? It would be a brilliant idea, but just having a brilliant idea is not suffice. Firstly, you have to communicate well. Communicate well here means you will have to sell the idea to other person, and that means you have to convince them about what you are saying. And you please understand, just think of the process, how you get convinced when somebody else is giving you an idea. So how you get convinced? You only get convinced when the person is talking sense, he is talking logic, he is giving certain examples. There is some historical background to what that person is saying, then you will believe that person, right? Similarly, if you really want to, convey an idea and you have to convince others, then first thing is that you need to believe in that idea yourself. So unless you believe in that idea yourself, it is very difficult to convince others. So if you believe something, off your mics please, all of you.
Chandan Singh, please mute your mic.
So that's the basic meaning of conveying your idea. So you have to convince, basically. You have to explain, and when you convince, there has to be logic, system, process, example, facts, figures, historical data, anecdotal proof, whatever you want. There has to be something for others to believe, to trust you. So that is how you convince others. And then situational responsiveness, the meaning of situational responsiveness is, let us say there is a topic which you don't understand anything. How do you behave at that point of time? You may have thought something, to be very correct and perfect. However, it was very strongly repeated logically by others, and you are like spellbound. Kya ho gaya mere saath, kind of thing. How do you handle such situation? So that is difficult situation, tricky situation. It is like that you have prepared, very well for your viva, let us say, worked all night and prepared. And the interviewer asks you some question which has stumped you. Basically, it was not expected in any way, in any manner. So that becomes a tough situation. So how do you respond to that? So that's very critical for you to succeed as a professional in industry. And therefore, they will look at your ability to respond. What we say is thinking on your feet. कई बार हम बोलते हैं कि ये बहुत ही हाजिर जवाबी है. ठीक है, he is quick to answer. Witty, I mean, in difficult situation, he may come up with an answer which makes everybody laugh and the mood becomes light, right? Something like this. So that's the kind of quality and trait that these companies are looking, and therefore, this gets tested in a GD situation, because there are new and new ideas which are coming in discussion. So if there's a new idea, and there's a totally new idea which is least expected, but in your heart that it's a brilliant idea. So how do you respond to that idea? So that is the key word here, situational responsive. And in the last but not the least, you got to be smart, right? Sometimes you see, there are certain people who are very smart as in, in every sense they do well. They may not be extremely hard worker. They may not be very intelligent in terms of class, but they're smart people. They get their things done. They're reasonably ranked. They do well almost in all the sphere of life. Even in difficult situations, they manage to come out with something which is positive, which is helpful to them. So that is the basic meaning when we say smart. ठीक है? तो आपको smart होना चाहिए. You have to be smart. So that's the whole point. So these companies are looking for people with these traits. Okay? And these traits are something that gets also tested in your GD. Then what else we need to prepare? What else these people will look in? They will look for your communication skills. And we discussed in length about your verbal communications, about your non-verbal communications, and how do you improve upon them. So in a GD, in a group discussion, it's all about verbal communication, and of course it's non-verbal communication. However, in an online setting, in a virtual setting, the one we are doing, in such a setting, verbal communication is very important. Of course, if everybody's screen is open, then even non-verbal communication becomes very, very critical. However, communication in totality is very, very important if you really want to, do well in either group discussion or interview. So they are going to test your communication skills without doubt. Knowledge, without knowledge, nothing happens, because eventually over a period of 3-4 years in your engineering, you would have gleaned certain knowledge in terms of not necessarily subject knowledge. It could be your general knowledge, general awareness that we can say, knowledge on the application of the education that you have had. For example, let's say you are a mechanical engineering, and you may have studied certain concepts. So they will ask you, what is the practical application of this particular concept. So the idea is to know about the practical applications of some of the basic things that you have studied. So that is the knowledge. In an interview, of course, we are going to discuss that subsequently tomorrow. However, even in GD, if a topic is given to us and you have no knowledge, right? Because topics are not defined. The topics could be from any field. And if the topic If you don't have knowledge in those topics, in those fields, then we are in kind of trouble. So I'll tell you how, even if you don't have knowledge, how do you handle certain topics in a GD, but then that is what they are going to test. Confidence in the content. So whatever you're speaking, you know, if you always end up saying, I think, maybe, possibly, in my opinion, that means you are not really confident. You're just making some wild guesses and, you know, judgment, something like this. So there has to be confidence in the content. So how do you have confidence in the content? If you have read it, if you're sure, if you're aware, that is when you will have confidence in the content. So that's what you got, confidence in the content. Then you have interpersonal skills, your ability, your interaction with others. That is your interpersonal skills. They will test your maturity levels. What is a maturity level? Maturity as in how do you behave even if somebody is making a negative or a wrong remark against you. If somebody says bluntly, you don't know anything, shut up, wrong, of course he will lose marks when he says something like this. But how do you handle that situation, right? So if you're cool, composed, calm, you're not easily instigated, you know, you listen well, people listen to you well, you are able to handle things, your personality calms and soothe others. That is what we call as maturity. So you have to demonstrate maturity in GD. Then problem solving skills. See, no matter what, if you are a good problem solver, you will always succeed in life. Ultimately, everybody wants you to solve some problems. That is what companies pay for. So at your position, whatever is your position, there will always be a problem that you need to solve. Unless you're able to solve somebody's problem, they're not able to pay you. So you must develop this problem solving skills. You will realize that some of the, you know, students in your hostel or in your batchmates in your class, a lot of people go to some specific people for any kind of help. If they're in trouble, if they're stuck in life, any kind of support, they go to advice. They go to some friends for advice. You'll see there are always few people where most of the people go for advice. I mean, you are all batchmates. Everybody has more or less similar experience. Still, you know, there are people who will be good at giving you advice. So basically, why are people going there? Because they are problem solvers. They will solve your problem. At least they will give you direction. They will tell you what are the possibilities. They'll give you certain options. They'll help you reach a conclusion. They'll help you make a decision. So these kind of people who are problem solvers are sought after in industry. So you have to develop this habit and become a problem solver for somebody. So that is important, problem solving skills. Conceptualizing skills, this is one of the most sought after skills nowadays. Okay, I think it got muted. Okay, so I was saying conceptualizing skills. So what is a conceptualizing skills? Conceptualizing skills is your ability to visualize and imagine, and you know, let's say there is something which is very vague. You don't know how to convey this. So if you're able to convert this vagueness into statements and you're able to convey others, a part of problem gets solved. Sometimes we know there is a problem, but it is very difficult for us to really visualize the problem, you know. And if you have able to visualize the problem, if you're able to visualize the problem and then frame it properly, that's when you call conceptualizing skills. So especially in IT sector, for example, you are getting into, you know, coding or something like this. But customer is having some problem. So somebody needs to design the entire process and the system which you will encode. This ability to design the system, right, that will function and that will solve the problem is more important than your skills of coding per se, let us say. Initially, yes, coding becomes important, but subsequently when you grow in the industry, when you spend few years in job, this conceptualizing skills is far more important for you to succeed. Then you need to have leadership skills. So how do you demonstrate a leadership trait in a discussion? You may start the GD first, let us say, that shows that, of course, it's not the only criteria to judge a leader in a GD, but then it's an important criteria to judge that somebody saying, okay. So it's an important criteria to judge whether you have a leadership trait or not. Then, for example, in a GD, let us say, there's a mess and there are only few people who are only dominating the GD. So if you are the one who is able to bring order to the GD as in, you were able to speak up, you were able to calm them down who were speaking, you made sure that everybody got an opportunity to speak, right? So you involved everybody in a GD. There was an increased amount of contribution of everybody in the GD. So that is the meaning. That is how you demonstrate what you call as a leadership skills. Okay. And then we have what you call as body language. I discussed body language in our communication class. So you must have a very positive body language and creativity. So if you're able to bring creativity to the GD, that is, what do you mean by bringing creativity? It means that you are able to bring a new and a fresh perspective to the entire problem. एकदम नया ही एंगल आपने दे दिया, एक नई ही सोच दे दी, एक नया ही उसको विजन डायमेंशन प्रोवाइड कर दिया. तो that means you are a creative person. So your ability to bring a new light or to see things differently, which everybody is not seeing, is what is creativity. तो कोई भी mundane सी बात है, कोई भी normal सी बात है, आप उसके अंदर कुछ नई इंटरेस्टिंग बात करते हो, तो हम उसको क्रिएटिविटी बोलते हैं. ठीक है? ओके. So far बताओ समझ में आया? I want to see yeses on the chat. आवाज कट के आ रही है. कितने लोगों को आवाज में दिक्कत आ रही है? Am I audible properly? अगर audible है तो audible लिख दो एक बार, क्योंकि एक दो बच्चे कह रहे हैं कि audible नहीं. I think I am audible to most. Okay. So these are the traits. Okay, great. So these are the traits that companies are looking forward to. This is something which we need to develop. This will not only hold good for your GD, it will also hold good for your interview. Right. So let us proceed from here. So there are certain types of topics that we have. There are different types of topics that needs to be discussed. So whenever there is a GD, you may be given a topic which is a technical topic, right? So what's a technical topic? Technical topic means it is very specific in terms of knowledge. For example, Sensex, nonsense Sensex makes no sense. So Sensex, that means, the BSC Sensex that we have, BSC, NSC, the sensitivity index जहाँ पे शेयर के प्राइस ऊपर नीचे जाते हैं, उसको हम Sensex बोलते हैं. ठीक है, तो वो टेक्निकल टॉपिक है. क्यों टेक्निकल है? बिकॉज यू नीड टू हैव नॉलेज ऑफ हाउ दिस इंडेक्स वर्क्स. यू मस्ट नो अबाउट शेयर प्राइसेस, यू मस्ट नो अबाउट P ratios, EPS, you must be able to understand what is the balance sheet, how do we read, and so on and so forth. So it's a kind of technical topic. Now, being an engineer, probably you are not exposed to this idea. Now, unless you have an interest, let us say, or you've been a voracious reader of a newspaper, or you're following business economics, this becomes tricky. But if the same question is asked to a commerce student, right? So for him, it is comfortable because he is studying that. So that means whenever there is a topic which has a domain limitation, so in this case, the domain limitation is the sensitivity index, right? So that is known as a technical topic. For example, if somebody says, let's discuss pros and cons of Java vis-a-vis Python, for example. You have to discuss, Java better hai, Python better hai, kis sense mein better hai. Now, it is certainly a technical topic because only people who know differences, who have been exposed to these two languages, will be able to contribute in the GD. Otherwise, for a commerce or a student or an arts student or a normal, mechanical engineering student will not make much out of it because it is a domain specific topic that we are saying. So, the differences and advantages and disadvantage of, Java versus Python, let's say. Technical topic. Capitalism is the last stage of communism. Once again, if there is a student of history or sociology or political science, this topic is pretty much for them. It's not for engineering student. So for an engineering student, if this topic is given, then they are kind of, tricky situation. How do we get out of the tricky situation? We will see. But I'm just giving you an idea of what is a technical topic. Is embryonic stem cell research ethical? Let us say that's the question. Now, those in biomedical engineering will have a far better understanding of this topic than a mechanical or electronics or an IT engineering graduate or as a matter of fact, any other stream graduate. So a technical topic is a domain specific topic. And if it is coming in your domain, right? So your domain as in आपने जिस स्ट्रीम से पढ़ाई करी है उसी स्ट्रीम से कुछ टॉपिक मिल गया आपको, ठीक है, वहीं से कुछ मिल गया तो आप उसको कर पाओगे, नहीं तो आप उसको मुश्किल होगा थोड़ा सा हैंडल करना. So this is what you call as a technical topic. Then what do you have? You have general topic. What is a general topic? So general topic is given to test the communication skills, the group dynamics, the teamwork, your leadership qualities. In that, the moderator, the person who is conducting the GD, is not necessarily interested in the knowledge of that particular topic, right? So therefore, he will give a broad topic, broad spectrum topic. Like that's why it is called a general topic. That means where everybody can speak. It has nothing to do with your academic background. It has nothing to do with your specialization. It has nothing to do with your technical knowledge. So it is a very general kind of, a statement that's given. Like listening is as important as speaking. Let's say this is the topic. Now, if you're a mechanical engineer, how does listening becomes more important than if you're, let's say, biomedical engineering student? No, it doesn't. So it is same for you, it is same for IT, same for electricity, same for printing, same for packaging, everybody, it is the same. So it's a kind of general topic. That means everybody needs to, everybody needs to contribute to this discussion. And their expectation is to mitigate any advantage or disadvantage somebody is having because of the stream. So मान लेते हैं अगर एक ग्रुप में सारे स्ट्रीम के बच्चे बैठे हैं, मैकेनिकल के, इलेक्ट्रिकल के, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स के, then the chances are that the moderator will give you a general topic. But let us say only IT के बैठे हैं या only printing technology के बच्चे बैठे हैं, then they will, they will have a technical topic. For example, emerging technologies in printing technology. Emerging technologies in printing, for example. तो अभी emerging technologies in printing, तो ये कोई IT के स्टूडेंट के लिए टॉपिक तो देंगे नहीं, ये तो प्रिंटिंग टेक्नोलॉजिस्ट के लिए टॉपिक देंगे. समझ में आ रहा है? तो जब डाइवर्स क्राउड होता है तो आपको जनरल टॉपिक मिलता है. तो आप ये समझ जाइएगा, जब कोई कंपनी आएगी और आपका इंटरव्यू या जीडी करेगी, और अगर उसमें सिर्फ आपके बैच के, आपके क्लास के स्टूडेंट हैं या आप ही के स्ट्रीम के स्टूडेंट हैं, तो बहुत ज़्यादा चांस है कि आपको एक टेक्निकल टॉपिक दिया जाएगा जिस पे आपको डिस्कशन करना है। लेकिन अगर उन्होंने कोई जनरल बच्चे बुलाए हैं, मिक्स्ड बच्चे हैं, उसमें सारी स्ट्रीम के बच्चे हैं, तो फिर आप ध्यान रखिएगा, आपको जनरल टॉपिक मिलेगा। तो लिसनिंग इज एज इम्पॉर्टेंट एज स्पीकिंग इज अ जनरल टॉपिक। डू ब्यूटिफुल पीपल लीव अ बेटर लाइव्स? जो सुंदर लोग हैं, क्या उनका जीवन बेटर होता है? इट्स अ जनरल टॉपिक। Divorce is a necessary evil. It's a general topic. It has nothing to do with your stream. It has nothing to do with your education. It has nothing to do with your specialization. And therefore, this is what you call as a general topic. ठीक है? ऐसे कुछ भी हो सकता है जनरल टॉपिक से। जस्ट एन एग्जाम्पल एज टू कब क्या कहाँ मिलेगा आपको। Then I told you, conceptualization skills and creative skills are of utmost importance in the coming era, and in future also this skill is going to command huge premium, and therefore you need to spend efforts, time, energy, and resources in developing those kinds of skills. So how does that kind of skill, creative skills, gets tested? Of course, in any topic you can be creative. However, an abstract topics give you a huge scope of creativity and imagination. See, technical topics where they are testing knowledge primarily is domain specific. General topic where they are testing your team skills, management skills, your interaction, and so on and so forth. The abstract topic, the purpose of an abstract topic is to figure out which person is more spontaneous, who's more creative, okay, who is a visionary kind of person, who can think out of the box. So if a company is giving you a particular kind of topic, please understand the nature of the students that they are searching for. So when they are searching for usually technical people, they will give a technical topic. When they're looking for a managerial kind of post where the candidates need to, interact with a lot of people and manage a project, like project management kind of thing, they'll give you a general topic. Where planning is involved, where problem solving is involved, creativity is involved, such a scenario, they will give you an abstract topic. Why this is important? Because if you know this is the topic a company has given, accordingly you can modulate your thought process in an interview. So if they've given an abstract topic, please understand they're searching for candidates who are creative, for a problem solver. So in interview, you have to tell them, okay, you're creative, you're problem solver, because they will value these skills more than team skills or interpersonal skills, because they are looking for this kind of people. So to understand where to emphasize, what kind of strength we need to emphasize, we need to understand the requirement of the organization. And how do you understand the requirement of the organization? You understand by figuring out what are the kind of questions they are asking, what are the kind of topics they are giving. So abstract topic, nice guys finish last. You can talk anything and everything. Should Buddha smile? You can have many aspects to this. It could be this was a code language associated with the Pokhran testing of nuclear weapon under Vajpayee. So that is what Buddha smile means. But of course, it's not just one of the dimensions of talking. It can be talked in any direction, right? It has a lot of philosophy behind it, religion behind it, anything. You can discuss anything. Similarly, life is a mirror. Once again, you have your own perspective on this topic, that life is a mirror. You may want to say, whatever you give to the life, it gives you back. And some of you may counter argue, okay, you give a lot of effort, but the results are not there. Some people get results, some people does not get results. And then you can go on discussing about various factors and so on and so forth, right? So it's not necessarily just the physical mirror. Then you can talk about examples like, let's say there was a a shepherd, I think if you remember, he went to hills and he said, I like you, I love you. So there's an echo which comes back to him which says, I like you, I love you. Then he says, I'm going to kill you, you are bad, and this and that. So whatever he says, the echo comes back to him, and then he's afraid. So the kind of story. So you understand, you can, quote this kind of examples that, whatever you give back in terms of echo, it will come back to us. So if you give good, if you talk good, the good happens to us. If you talk bad, wrong, it happens to us. So I'm just giving you some idea as to, what is the abstract topic and how do we handle about it. And then a very good topic, a price of anything is the amount of life you exchange for it. So what does it mean? It means, the price of anything. किसी भी चीज को हम खरीदते हैं या लेते हैं, उसका क्या कॉस्ट है? उसकी कॉस्ट है हम उसके अगेंस्ट कितना जीवन देना चाहते हैं अपना. अब वो जीवन देने का यहाँ मतलब नहीं है कि जीवन देने का मतलब है you make money, so you spend certain amount of life. So the kind of money that you're going to spend is indirectly connected to the kind of life you want to spend for that particular article. तो मान लेते हैं कोई चीज, एक गाड़ी है, एक बाइक है जो 1 लाख की आती है. तो 1 लाख कमाने के लिए हो सकता है आपने 3-4 महीने लगाए, मेहनत करी हो. तो जब आपको 1 लाख दे रहे हो तो बेसिकली जो आपने 4 महीने की लाइफ आपने लगाई है, आप उसके अगेंस्ट ट्रेड कर रहे हो. ठीक है. तो इस केस में तो करेंसी और मनी इज अ मीडियम ऑफ एक्सचेंज. एक मूवी है मेरे ख्याल से टाइम, अगर आप लोगों ने शायद देखी है, टाइम ही नाम है सिर्फ उसका. देयर ऑल द पेमेंट इज मेड बाय जैसे रिस्ट बैंड होता है, उसके अंदर आपका लाइफ होती है, कुछ नेचुरल लाइफ होती है, फिर कुछ आर्टिफिशियल लाइफ होती है. तो जिसके पास भी वो घड़ी होती है, ही कैन कीप ऑन लिविंग फॉर एवर, राइट. सो दैट इज हाउ दैट मूवी इज डिस्क्राइब्ड. यस, so that's a good movie to explain this concept. Ben 10 Ben 10 में तो वो 10 सुपर हीरो बन सकता है, जो भी उसको करना है. If one person is repeatedly talking again and again, not stopping, how can we? I'll tell you how do we get into it. Dhruv, you have to make a conscious decision and say, okay, excuse me, let us allow others to speak, or you make an interjection in between and then speak. So we'll handle those tough situations. We'll see just now. How do we speak? Okay, so these are the 3 topics basically on which we need to discuss. So, okay, before we, okay. So Mohit, normally in a GD, GD spans from 7 to 12 minutes. That is the span of GD. So in 7 to 12 minutes, you are expected to speak 5 to 6 times. Every time you speak, you make 1 or 2 lines or 2 inputs or 2 contribution. ठीक है. तो मोहित, हमें ज्यादा या कम कुछ नहीं होता, एक बैलेंस्ड होता है. बैलेंस का मतलब है 6 से minimum 4 times you have to speak and maximum 8 times that you have to speak in a 10-minute GD. That's the general ballpark figure in terms of making a speak. ठीक है मोहित, I hope I have answered your question. Just give me a second, all of you.
Hello.
Okay, let's okay, I want you to just spend some time on discussing one of these topics. Let's just take a topic of life is a mirror. All of you are having a notebook and a paper, I'm sure. Just write down your thoughts on life on a mirror and then I'm going to conduct a small GD right now, and then again I'm going to, there's still a long understanding to be done, but I want you to write down this topic, life is a mirror, and make a small amount of notes. Okay, just you have 2 minutes, 5 minutes maximum, just do it.
हरीश के किसी फ्रेंड ने यूपी से मंगवाया था तो बंजर में ये प्रोफेसर के
Now I want you, some of you, to switch off your videos. Switch on your videos, please. Those who want to speak on this topic, switch on your mic and video. Let us listen to you, whatever you have written. Yes, anybody has written anything? Yes. Anybody has written anything on this topic to speak? At least one or two students at least speak something so that I can proceed. हाँ जी, वीडियो ऑन करो, माइक ऑन करो और फटाफट बोलो। क्या हुआ, इतना मुश्किल टॉपिक है क्या? क्या हुआ, ये सारा बोलने का जिम्मा मेरा ही है क्या आज?
Yes, sir. Life is a mirror because it reflects all those things which are shown by us. If we become positive, then it will always reflect positivity somewhere in our personality.
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड। कौन सा डिपार्टमेंट है, कौन सा बैच है आपका सोनाली?
CSC batch 2 final year.
ओके, वेरी गुड। हाँ जी, एनीबडी एल्स क्विकली? पूरे 70-75 में से एक बच्चे ने बोला और मैं ही बोल रहा हूँ 1 घंटे से। Okay, one more student and then I will leave it at that. स्पीक, कोई बात नहीं, क्या हो गया, बोलना तो पड़ेगा ना। जीडी में बोलोगे नहीं तो फिर कैसे काम चलेगा बिना बोले? मेरे बोलने से क्या होएगा?
Sir, life is a mirror. It simply means that life is like a mirror. When you take it easy and enjoy, then life also gives you chance to make you happy. It also, because in mirror when you smile, it makes smile on our face. It is a type of self-reflection. It reflects your feeling, your action, and your thought. The idea is that everything you experience in life is reflection of yourself. Thank you.
Okay. एक बार जो इसको अनम्यूट करना बाकी बच्चों को। आयुष, एक बार अनम्यूट करना।
सर किसको किसको करना है अनम्यूट?
आप एक बार।
Yeah, guys, you can unmute yourselves now. Yeah.
हाँ, वो एक ऑप्शन है ना, जिसको जिसको अनम्यूट करना होता है वो खुद कर सकते हैं अनम्यूट। वो वाली ऑप्शन एनेबल कर दो।
सर वो अनेबल है।
ठीक, हाँ जी। कमलप्रीत, आयुष, अंकुर, you can unmute yourself and speak now.
So life is a mirror. What you will give to other, either good or bad things, that will definitely return to you in a good or bad way. Instead of being sad, smile and be happy. You and people around you will be also happy.
Okay, ठीक है, गुड। हाँ, और बोलो।
Sir, life is a mirror. Like sometimes what you feel or experience comes out in the form of the actions or decisions that you take. And sometimes, sir, it's the result of anything that we do. The result of anything that we do is also in relation to what we have done or put in doing that work. So I think life is a mirror. Sir.
Very nice, very good.
Sir, it is said that what goes around comes back around. And so life is a mirror, and we get what we give. If we give love to someone, we will surely receive love in the form of anything. So what we give, it is reflected back.
What you give is what it returns back. There is a device, playing device. What is it known as?
Sorry, sir?
There's a device. There's a small playing, let's say, tool. If you throw, it comes back to you. What is it known as?
Sir, I didn't get your...
Boomerang.
Yeah. Okay, boomerang. Right. Okay. Anybody else wants to speak? Karma. Sachin, you want to say something? Okay. चलिए ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. I'll just first proceed. I'll complete with the session and then we can also have some more things. Vanshika, writing is good, but I want you to speak. Yes, Vanshika, if you want to speak, please. Okay, network issue. Okay, Devanshi, you want to speak something? Network issue, no problems. Okay. Easy topic, ठीक है. हाँ, easy topic भी दूंगा, अभी दूंगा, इस सेशन के बाद दूंगा. लेकिन ये है कि ठीक है, आप सबको कुछ ना कुछ बोलना है, ये important बात है, ठीक है. चलिए, let us proceed with the session and then of course towards the end again we will, in between again we will have some topic and we will talk, discuss. वंशिका, वो आपका नेटवर्क का इशू है इसलिए नहीं आ रहा है, अदरवाइज एवरीबडी एल्स इज एबल टू गेट दैट. नेटवर्क का इशू आने में ही प्रॉब्लम आती है ऐसा. ओके, सो समटाइम्स वी आर आल्सो गिवन अ केस स्टडी. व्हाट इज अ केस स्टडी? केस स्टडी भी कई बार दे दिया जाता है आपको. केस स्टडी में क्या होता है कि आपको एक सिचुएशन दे दी जाती है, मतलब एक स्टोरी बना के दे दी जाती है, ठीक है. उसके अंदर एक एक्चुअल बिजनेस प्रॉब्लम होती है, रियल वर्ल्ड नाम वगैरह खैर बदल देते हैं, ठीक है. और उसके अंदर कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन होती है, कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं होती है. उसको बच्चों को दे दिया जाता है और कहा जाता है कि आप इसको सॉल्व कीजिए, ठीक है. तो इसके अंदर क्या होता है कि मान लेते हैं एक कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम है बिजनेस की, इंडस्ट्री की प्रॉब्लम है. इंडस्ट्री की मान लो प्रॉब्लम ये है कि कोई मैन्युफैक्चरर है, मान लेते हैं साइकिल बनाता है, साइकिल की मैन्युफैक्चरिंग है, उसमें अब लेबर लगी हुई है, ठीक है. अब चूंकि लेबर लगी हुई है, मैन पावर कॉस्टली है, अब उसका ऑटोमेशन किया जा सकता है. ऑटोमेशन के लिए मान लो 50 लाख रुपए लगेंगे, लेकिन एक जो ऑटोमेटिक मशीन है वो 10 लोगों का काम करेगी. तो मशीन पे एक बंदा चाहिए, इसका मतलब 10 लोगों की नौकरी जाएगी, एक बंदे की बचेगी, यानी 9 लोगों को नौकरी से निकालना पड़ेगा. लेकिन उससे कंपनी की एफिशिएंसी तो बढ़ जाएगी, एफिशिएंसी बढ़ जाएगी, कॉस्ट इफेक्टिवनेस आ जाएगी. लेकिन 50 लाख रुपए भी लोन लेने पड़ेंगे, उससे कॉस्ट बढ़ेगी. तो अब एक क्वेश्चन बनाया जा सकता है, ऐसी सिचुएशन दी जा सकती है कि भाई आप उस कंपनी के एमडी हो या मैनेजर हो या मालिक हो, जो भी हो, अब आप क्या फैसला लोगे? क्योंकि अब ये आपको समझना पड़ेगा किसकी समस्या है, ठीक है. तो ये एक टेक्निकली एक एचआर की समस्या हो गई, लोगों को हायर करना है, कैपिटल रेज करने की समस्या हो गई. अब यहाँ पे टफ चॉइस ये है कि भाई बंदे को निकालेंगे, हायर करेंगे तो 50 लाख रुपए का रिस्क है, पता नहीं इतनी मार्केट चलेगी नहीं चलेगी, ठीक है. दूसरा ये कि अगर हम ऐसे ही चलते रहे तो हमारा प्रोडक्ट कॉस्टली है, हम कैसे बेचेंगे, या तो हम कोई और नया डिफरेंशिएटिंग फैक्टर क्रिएट करें. इस टाइप से एक स्टोरी दे दी जाती है. अब उसमें क्या होता है कि कई बार तो उसको बोलते हैं रिटर्न में सॉल्व करो, यानी कि प्रॉब्लम को लिखो और उसके जो भी पॉसिबल सॉल्यूशन उसको पेपर में लिख के सबमिट करना होता है. कई बार क्या होता है, जैसे केस, जैसे ग्रुप डिस्कशन होता है, ऐसे ही जो कंपनीज आती हैं वो टीम्स बना देती हैं लोगों की, ठीक है. तो वो टीम बना देती हैं और उन 5-5 लोगों की या 4 लोगों की एक टीम बना दी और हर एक को प्रोजेक्ट वही केस स्टडी दे दिया. उन्होंने कहा कि आप 4 लोग मिलकर इसको सॉल्व करेंगे और फिर इसको प्रेजेंट करोगे, पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन जिसको बोलते हैं, केस स्टडी प्रेजेंटेशन बोलते हैं. उस केस में क्या होता है कि आप उसको लेते हो, पढ़ते हो, समझते हो और उसके बाद चारों लोग मिलके या पांचों लोग जितने भी लोग हैं उनको स्टेज पे जाके उसको एक्सप्लेन करना होता है कि हमारे हिसाब से ये समस्या है, हमारे हिसाब से ये पॉसिबल सॉल्यूशन है, और फाइनली हमें ये करना चाहिए, इसका फायदा है, नुकसान ये है। तो जो सामने लोग बच्चे बैठे होते हैं उनके पास क्वेश्चन करने का राइट होता है। तो या तो मॉडरेटर भी आपसे सवाल पूछ सकता है, या जो बच्चे बैठे हैं ना आपके सामने वो भी आपसे सवाल पूछ सकते हैं। समझ में आ रहा है? तो ये भी एक तरह का सिचुएशन होती है, केस स्टडी होती है। तो मैंने कहा एक बार बता दूं, बस आइडिया दे दूं आपको, उसकी अपने आप में एक स्टडी है, बट दिस इज द केस स्टडी, जहाँ पे आपको सिचुएशन दे दी जाती है और उसमें से आपको सॉल्व करना होता है, उसको केस स्टडी बोलते हैं। ठीक है, चलिए। तो इसमें भी वही सब कुछ इंटरपर्सनल स्किल्स, क्रिएटिविटी टेस्ट हो जाती है, प्रॉब्लम को डिफाइन करना, ग्रुप डायनेमिक्स, इट्स आल्सो एंटायर अपने आप में पूरा का पूरा ये एक प्रोसेस होता है केस स्टडी को सॉल्व करने का। अब जब भी जीडी होती है, अब जैसे ऑनलाइन है तो हम अपने अपने सिस्टम्स के आगे बैठे हैं, वो तो अलग बात है, बट जब भी फिजिकल जीडी होती है तो यही पॉसिबल अरेंजमेंट्स होती हैं। नॉर्मली ये जो सेमी सर्कुलर अरेंजमेंट है सबसे ज़्यादा कॉमन होता है। तो सेमी सर्कुलर इसलिए होता है कि सारे लोगों को देख सकते हैं, इसलिए ये सेमी सर्कुलर अरेंजमेंट किया जाता है। सर्कुलर में भी देख सकते हैं, लेकिन बगल वाले को थोड़ा देखना एकदम से दिक्कत हो जाती है। या आप जो रेक्टेंगुलर टेबल होती है, कुछ कॉलेजेस में ये भी होता है कि जो उनका मीटिंग हॉल होता है वहाँ पे 8-10 बच्चों को बिठा दिया जाता है और करते हैं। जैसे अपने ट्रेनिंग एंड प्लेसमेंट सेल में एक टेबल है बीच में, जो हमारा ट्रेनिंग एंड प्लेसमेंट रूम है, वहाँ पर भी ऐसा एक रेक्टेंगुलर सा सर्कुलर रेक्टेंगुलर टेबल है, तो उसके चारों तरफ सब बैठ जाते हैं और वहाँ पे हम जीडी करते हैं प्रैक्टिस के लिए, जैसे पिछली बार किया भी था हमने ईएसडी में। तो ये हमारा सीटिंग अरेंजमेंट होता है ताकि सब लोग सबको देख सकें। तो आइडिया ये है कि जब आप कोई चीज़ बोलते हो तो आपको आपका जो विजन है, जो आपका लुक आउटलुक है, वो सबके लिए होना चाहिए। ऐसा नहीं है कि आप 1-to-1 टॉक कर रहे हो, आपको सबको देखना है, ये इंपॉर्टेंट बात है इसके अंदर। तो ये हमारे पास सारे के सारे पॉसिबल सिटिंग अरेंजमेंट्स होते हैं। ठीक है, फिर हमारे पास जो लोग जीडी में होते हैं ना, उनको 4 तरीके से क्लासिफाई कर सकते हैं कि कौन सा कैसा है। एक क्या होता है अनफॉर्चुनेट क्या होता है, जिसको आता था बोल नहीं पाया, या जो बोलना चाहता था ज्यादा देर उसने वेट करी, किसी और ने बोल दिया, तो हम लेते हैं अनफॉर्चुनेट कैटेगरी में। यानी पोटेंशियल तो था बट उसने अपना पोटेंशियल को लिवरेज नहीं किया, यूटिलाइज नहीं किया, उसको हम बोलते हैं अनफॉर्चुनेट। फिर कुछ होते हैं ईगोइस्ट मतलब उनको लगता है कि भाई उन्हीं को आता है, बाकी तो मूर्ख लोग बैठ गए क्या बोल रहे हैं, तो वो किसी की सुनना नहीं चाहते हैं, सिर्फ अपनी बोलते हैं, और बाकी कुछ बोलते हैं तो उसको ऐसे करके टाल देते हैं। जो हीरो टाइप कुछ लोग होते हैं ना, जो डोमिनेट कर लेते हैं जीडी को, या उनको लगता है जो उन्होंने कहा वही सही है। और जैसे रूप पूछ रहा था कि भाई सर वो अपने बारी पॉइंट्स बोलने लगे तो हम कैसे करें, वो ईगोइस्ट वाले लोग होते हैं, ईगोइस्ट बोलते हैं उनको ईगो इतनी है कि वे सुनना ही नहीं दूसरों की, अपना ही पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू सही है और हम ही को पता है, बाकी तो ऐसे ही बैठे हैं। और जिनको थोड़ा बहुत एक्सपीरियंस है जीडी किया हुआ है तो दूसरों को कुछ भी नहीं समझते। ये सारे चैलेंजेस जब आते हैं उनको ईगोइस्ट बोलते हैं। फिर एक एवरेज कैंडिडेट जिसको हम बोलते हैं, वो कौन सा होता है, जो ठीक है मतलब चुपचाप बैठा है, जिसने स्टार्ट भी नहीं की जीडी, एंड भी नहीं करी, लेकिन बीच बीच में हाँ आई सपोर्ट हिम, आई एग्री विद हिम, कुछ ठीक ठाक बॉडी लैंग्वेज यूज करे, 2-3 पॉइंट्स उसने बोल दिए, तो हम उसको एवरेज कैंडिडेट बोलते हैं। ठीक है, फिर हमारे पास आता है फाइटर। ओके, फिर हमारे पास आते हैं फाइटर वाले कैंडिडेट। फाइटर वाले कौन से होते हैं, वो लोग जो जिसको हम जुझारू बोलते हैं, यानी वो लगे रहते हैं जीडी में, मतलब चाहे ना भी आता हो फिर भी बाकियों जो भी पॉइंट है, चाहे इंग्लिश बहुत अच्छी नहीं है लेकिन वो कोशिश करते हैं, बिल्कुल कोशिश करते हैं, अपना पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू बताने की जबरदस्त कोशिश करते हैं कि ये मैं कहना चाहता हूँ, ये सामने वाले को समझ में आ जाए। अगर कोई इसको बोलने नहीं दे रहा, डिस्टर्बेंस कर रहा है, वो फिर भी कोशिश करता रहता है कि मैं बारी बारी उसको इनपुट दूं, बारी बारी बात करूं, बारी बारी बोलूं। वो हमारे फाइटर कैंडिडेट्स होते हैं। मतलब पता है कि वो अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस, मतलब बेस्ट तो नहीं आ रहा, लेकिन ये है कि भी कोशिश में कोई कमी नहीं है, एटलीस्ट अटेम्प्ट करने में, ट्राई करने में, बोलने का मौका क्रिएट करने में, चाहे लैंग्वेज भी फंबल करें तो भी बताने में, कुछ डेटा थोड़ा बहुत याद है उसको प्रेजेंट करने में, दे आर द फाइटर कैंडिडेट्स, फाइटर बोलते हैं। और लीडर अपने आप ही ग्रुप में दिख जाता है, जनरली वो बहुत काम और कंपोज्ड होता है, सारे लोग उसकी तरफ देखते हैं जब वो बोलता है। जनरली लीडर वो होता है जिसने पूरे जीडी को डायरेक्शन प्रोवाइड करी है, मान लो किसी को कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा तो वो एक बेसिक इनपुट दे देता है जिसके ऊपर सारे लोग अपने अपने पॉइंट्स बोलते हैं। जनरली कई बार मान लो समझ में नहीं आया तो किसी एक बंदे ने उसको डायरेक्ट कर दिया, फिर कई बार जीडी में मेस बन गया, सारे लोग ज्यादा बोल रहे हैं, किसी का समझ नहीं आ रहा है, तो ही इज द वन कैंडिडेट हु विल गेट इनटू द जीडी एंड मेक श्योर ओके लेट्स जस्ट काम डाउन, लेट्स जस्ट get back to the relevant point, let's discuss something which is important and relevant। ये लीडर होता है। तो मोटा तौर पे हम पूरे जीडी में इसमें से सेलेक्ट, ये चार बेसिकली हम 5 कैटेगरी में डिवाइड कर लेते हैं। अब इसमें से 2 लोग नहीं सेलेक्ट हो पाते हैं, 2 लोग रिजेक्ट हो जाते हैं, बिकॉज आई टोल्ड इट्स नॉट अ सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस, रिजेक्शन प्रोसेस। सो यू टेंड टू रिजेक्ट द अनफॉर्चुनेट, तभी वो अनफॉर्चुनेट है, रिजेक्ट ही हो गया, मतलब जीडी में ही रिजेक्ट हो गया तो अनफॉर्चुनेट है। और जो ईगोइस्ट है, जो बारी बारी ज्यादा बोल रहा है, डिस्टर्ब कर रहा है, किसी की सुन नहीं रहा है, वो हमेशा ट्रबल मेकर है। ईगोइस्ट इज ऑलवेज अ ट्रबल मेकर। इट्स नॉट ए गुड, having certain amount of ego is good so that you maintain your self respect, but then beyond that if you become egoist then it is a problem. You will only disturb the entire group, you will only create a disturbance and rucksack, you will not contribute anything, you will not allow others to contribute, and therefore you are the kind of candidate who gets rejected. तो जो second type of candidate हमारे reject हो जाएंगे वो egoist वाले candidates reject हो जाते हैं। तो आपको ये ध्यान रखना है कि आप ना तो egoist बनिए और ना ही अनफॉर्चुनेट बनिए। आप एक एवरेज कैंडिडेट भी होंगे तो भी आप जीडी में रिजेक्ट नहीं होंगे, आप निकल जाएंगे। अगर आप फाइटर हैं तो नथिंग लाइक इट, लीडर हैं तो वो तो बेस्ट केस सिनेरियो है, लेकिन एक 10 के जीडी में 1 या 2 या 3 लीडर ही मैक्सिमम निकल सकते हैं, ज्यादा तो नहीं निकलेंगे। सो एटलीस्ट बी सीन एज ए फाइटर कैंडिडेट कि भाई ठीक है ये मतलब लड़ रहा है, ये लड़ रहा है एज इन झगड़ा नहीं करना, लड़ रहा है नहीं, अपनी पोजीशन के लिए, अपनी पोजीशन बनाने के लिए या अपना पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू रखने के लिए, या गिव अप नहीं कर रहा है, वो उसको हम बोलते हैं ये कि फाइटर कैंडिडेट है। ठीक है, समझ में आ रही बात? तो दिस इज द टाइप ऑफ कैंडिडेट्स, so make sure that you are not unfortunate, you are not egoist, and therefore you will always be a part of next step. So what are the key factors that will make you successful in a GD? So the key factors that will make you successful in a GD is content. Even before content, I'm not written that. Even before content, it is speech, spoken English. Spoken English as in speaking. अगर आप चुपचाप बैठ जाओगे, कितना भी अच्छा कंटेंट हो आपके दिल में या दिमाग में, तो सामने वाले को पता थोड़ी ना चलेगा। तो सामने वाले को कैसे पता चलेगा कि आपके दिमाग में अच्छा कंटेंट है जब तक आप बोलोगे नहीं। सो द फर्स्ट थिंग दैट मेक्स यू सक्सेसफुल इज योर वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन, बोलना। दैट्स द फर्स्ट थिंग। then the key component comes, the next deciding factor that is considered is content. ये आप क्या बोल रहे हो? कंटेंट का क्या मतलब है? कंटेंट का मतलब है कि जो आप बोल रहे हो वो बहुत लॉजिकल है, ठीक है? जो आप बोल रहे हो, इट कैन बी बैक्ड बाय डेटा, इट कैन बी बैक्ड बाय एग्जांपल्स, इट कैन बी बैक्ड बाय फैक्ट्स एंड फिगर्स. दैट इज द बेसिक मीनिंग ऑफ कंटेंट. सो गुड क्वालिटी कंटेंट इज अ कंटेंट which is logical, which is authentic, which has examples, which is backed by data, facts and figures. So that is the basic meaning of content. तो आपको कंटेंट अच्छा होना चाहिए जीडी के अंदर. सबसे पहली बात बोलना चाहिए, यानी हाईएस्ट प्रायोरिटी किसको है? बोलने को है. कुछ नहीं आता तो भी बोलो, दैट्स द फर्स्ट थिंग. सेकंड थिंग इज, जब बोलना आ गया तो मेक सेंस, कंटेंट बोलो. मान लेते हैं किसी ने कुछ नहीं बोला, किसी एक ने बोला, तो वो सेलेक्ट हो जाएगा, बाकी रिजेक्ट हो जाएंगे. अगर सभी लोग बोल रहे हैं, सभी लोगों में बोलने की क्षमता है, तो फिर क्या होगा? फिर कंटेंट पे बात आ जाएगी कि भाई किसका कंटेंट सबसे अच्छा है, किसका कंटेंट ज्यादा है, कौन अच्छा बोल रहा है. तो वो हमारा सेकंड क्राइटेरिया हो जाता है, कंटेंट. क्रिएटिविटी एंड इनिशिएटिव. क्रिएटिविटी यानी कि कंटेंट में आपने क्या क्रिएटिविटी दिखाई है. क्रिएटिविटी किस सेंस में? अप्रोच टू द प्रॉब्लम, यानी कोई नई अप्रोच दे दी. हो सकता है कंटेंट उतना अच्छा ना हो, लेकिन आपने एक नया डायमेंशन दे दिया कि नहीं ऐसे नहीं तो ऐसे भी तो हो सकता है। समझ में आ रहा है? तो एक नई आउटलुक, एक नया इनपुट, एक नया पर्सपेक्टिव अगर आप दे सकते हैं तो आपका जो क्रिएटिविटी स्केल है वो बढ़ जाएगा। इनिशिएटिव, यानी कि भाई गलत ट्रैक पे मान लो जीडी चली गई, आपको पता है, तो अगर आप चुपचाप बैठे रहे तो क्या फायदा हुआ। लेकिन अगर आपने इनिशिएटिव लिया, ग्रुप में बोला ओके ओके गाइस लेट्स जस्ट लिसन, यू नो, लेट्स जस्ट होल्ड बैक एंड लेट्स जस्ट फिगर आउट दिस वन मोर थिंग, the topic was this and we are digressing from the topic, so that's the kind of taking initiative. fish market बन रही है तो भी आपने आवाज थोड़ी अपनी पिच ऊपर करी और लोगों को समझाया कि भाई ऐसा है फिश मार्केट, वी आर मेकिंग अ फिश मार्केट, एवरीबडी विल गेट रिजेक्टेड, nobody gets selected in a fish market. So let us just be reasonable people and like mature people, let us, you know, have a good discussion, quality discussion with some result. So that is initiative. You must demonstrate good positive body language, right? Positive body language यानी आप सीधे बैठे हैं, थोड़ा सा आगे झुके हुए हैं, जब आप बात कर रहे हैं तो आप सबको देख रहे हैं, वन टू वन टॉक में इंडल्ज नहीं कर रहे हैं, that is body language. Then clarity of thought. Clarity of thought का मतलब ये है कि you have to be very clear on the side you have taken. We discussed this right earlier. मान लेते हैं love marriage versus arranged marriage is a discussion and you are strongly in favor of arranged marriage and you've given all inputs and something like this. And then suddenly after some times you find a very pretty girl there or a very handsome boy there and you say, no, I think I'll change my opinion. And she has more than convincingly convinced me that, arranged marriage is not a good option. Love marriage is something which is I would like to prefer. If you say, yes, I'm ready right now. ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते हो क्योंकि आपने एक स्टैंड ले लिया है, तो आप स्टैंड पे मेंटेन रहेंगे. यू डोंट चेंज और शफल योर स्टैंड ऑलवेज. बट देयर आर सर्टेन टॉपिक्स where you cannot take any stand for or against. का कोई stand नहीं होता है. For example, there's a topic of women empowerment. You cannot realistically take a stand against women empowerment कि नहीं empower नहीं करेंगे और तो पाँव की जूती होती है, ऐसे थोड़ी ना होता है, क्यों empower करें. ये बिल्कुल गलत thought process है, ये नहीं कह सकते आप. It's a wrong thing to do. So there are certain things, there is no for and cons. It is just a discussion you are going to make. And let's say, you say women reservation in parliament. Now, every party has been saying they are not doing it. So when every party is saying, so the words which are right have to be mentioned. You have still not given, 1/3 reservation or in the parliament for women. But every party says, okay, we will do it. Neither Congress has done, nor BJP has done, nor any other government has done. They may do it. I don't know who does it, but they should do it. So if there's a topic, you have to only, discuss the positives about it. That's what I'm trying to say. Then leadership skills. I told you the best person would be a person with leadership skills. I have also told you how do you identify who is the leader. How do you understand who is the leader? So these are things that will make you successful in a GD. Content, first is speaking, content, creativity, body language, clarity of thought, and leadership skills. And then how do you enter into a GD? Now, sometimes it is possible that, everybody is speaking together. So you don't know how to enter into a GD. So you have to be agile. Agile means what? Somebody who is very nimble, who is very flexible, who is ready to pounce upon. समझ में आ रहा है? जैसे जो जंगल में शेर या चीता जब वो शिकार करते हैं तो एकदम ऐसे ready रहते हैं to pounce. They are very nimble footed. ऐसा नहीं है कि भारी भरकम पैर से चलते, बहुत हल्के हल्के से. So they are always prepared to jump. So you have to be prepared to jump into the GD. So what do you mean prepared to jump into the GD? जैसे ही कोई मौका मिले, जैसे ही कोई ऑप्शन खुले कि आपको बोलना है, तो आप उस मौके को भुनाइए, आप उसमें मौके में जाइए. कैसे मौका मिलेगा ये? वो तो बोलते ही जा रहा है, अब हम कैसे मौका देंगे? देखिए, जब भी कोई बात करता है या कोई भी सेंटेंस बोलता है तो सांस तो लेगा, ये ऐसा तो नहीं है ना बिना सांस के वो सेंटेंस लेता है चला जाएगा. सो देयर इज ऑलवेज अ पॉज. जब कोई बोलता है ना तो एक ऐसी क्रस्ट होता है, ऐसे बोलता जाता है, हाइट आ जाती है. उसके बाद क्या होता है, एक बार के लिए थोड़ी देर के लिए चुप होता है, आवाज नीचे आ जाती है. समझ में आ रहा है मैं क्या? ऐसे आवाज आ रही है, ऐसे आवाज बढ़ती जाती है. देन देयर इज अ मोमेंट, द मोमेंट ही इज ट्राइंग टू क्लोज द सेंटेंस. जब वो सेंटेंस खत्म होने वाला होता है ना, तो आप अगर उस सेंटेंस को ध्यान से सुनोगे तो जैसे ही वो सेंटेंस खत्म होने वाला होगा तब आपको बोलना शुरू करना है. क्योंकि अगर आप सेंटेंस खत्म होने का वेट करोगे और फिर सोचोगे अब बोलूंगा, तो बहुत सारे लोग आ जाएंगे बीच में, तो बोल नहीं पाओगे। अगर आपने सेंटेंस खत्म होने से वो टाइमिंग थोड़ी सी पहले कर दी, तो मॉडरेटर सोचेगा ये देख बीच में डिस्टर्ब कर रहा है, इसको बोलने नहीं दे रहा है, तो भी गलत बात। तो मतलब जो आखिरी वर्ड है ये समझ लो वो ना बोल पाए या बोल तो पाए, उस आखिरी वर्ड पे आप ओवरलैपिंग अपनी बात शुरू कर सकते हैं, तब आपको मौका मिलेगा घुसने का। अगर जीडी बहुत ज्यादा मतलब डिस्कशन में, हीटेड में सब लोग साइमल्टेनियसली बोले, ये काम ऑनलाइन करना थोड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है। लेकिन अगर सब लोगों ने कैमरा ऑन कर रखा है, सब लोग दूसरे को देख रहे हैं कि वो कैसे बोल रहा है, तो उसके लिप मूवमेंट से समझ में आता है कि वो सेंटेंस खत्म करने वाला है, और जैसे ही खत्म करने वाला होता है उस वक्त आपको बोलना शुरू करना पड़ता है। उससे आपको एक एंट्री मिल जाती है, मौका मिल जाता है। ये कैसे पता चलेगा? आप जो बोल रहे हैं ना उससे आई कांटेक्ट मेंटेन करिए, आप उसी की तरफ देखते रहिए। आपको जब उसकी तरफ देखते रहोगे, उसके वर्ड्स पे ध्यान रहेगा, तब आपको मौका मिलेगा एंट्री करने का, बोलने का। ठीक है। एंड बोलने के लिए आप ये भी कह सकते हो, यस बस अप्रोच जिसको हम बोलते हैं। यस बट अप्रोच का मतलब होता है जब आप किसी की तरफ देख रहे हैं, वो बोल रहा है और आप ऐसे ऐसे नॉड कर रहे हैं, तो उसका अटेंशन भी आप ही की तरफ है। तो जो सेंटेंस छोड़ेगा ना वो आपको मौका देगा। मौका देगा मतलब आपको पता लग जाएगा कि वो बंद करने वाला और आप शुरू करेंगे। तो जब आप ऐसे ऐसे करेंगे ना, जब आप बोलेंगे यस यस आई एग्री, तो जब आप सामने वाले को यस यस बोलते हो तो 1 मिनट के लिए वो चुप हो जाता है। अगर आप उसको नो बोलोगे, गलत बोलोगे, तो वो बोलता रहेगा। लेकिन जब वो बोल रहा है, आप ऐसे ऐसे करके बोलते यस 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 आई एग्री, जैसे ही आप यस बोलोगे वो उसको लगेगा हाँ मेरे काम की बात कर रहा है, मेरे से एग्री कर रहा है, तो वो 1 सेकंड के लिए चुप हो जाएगा। उसके बाद आप बट शुरू कर दो। बट आई थिंक व्हाट यू आर सेइंग इज नॉट करेक्ट इन द करंट कॉन्टेक्स्ट, इट मे बी true in an ideal society but not necessarily in the practical world। वो आपका ओपिनियन आ जाएगा। इस तरीके से जीडी के अंदर घुसने का ये तरीका होता है। इस टाइप से आपको एंट्री मारनी चाहिए जीडी के अंदर। ठीक है, समझ में आ रहा है एंट्री कैसे करनी है? ध्रुव, ये वाला जो तुम कह रहे थे ना, बोलेगा तो कैसे घुसना है अंदर, उसका ये आंसर है। सम डूज जो आपको जीडी में करने हैं वो ये है, you have to be natural, मतलब कोई बहुत आर्टिफिशियल बिहेवियर नहीं करना, नेचुरल। आर्टिकुलेट का मतलब सोफिस्टिकेशन लैंग्वेज, मतलब बहुत ही खुल के जैसे हंसना, हा 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 हा, बहुत सैड होना, या बहुत ब्लंट वर्ड्स यूज करना, टोन, उसको आर्टिकुलेशन बोलते हैं। मोर वोकल, तो आपको बोलना तो पड़ेगा, बिना बोले तो जीडी होती नहीं है, तो यू हैव टू बी वोकल। टेक टाइम टू थिंक, यानी बोलने से पहले आप सोचने का टाइम लो। ये नहीं कि भाई बस टॉपिक बोला और अपनी गाड़ी एक्सीलेटर में ही है और हम चल पड़े। अंडरस्टैंड द टॉपिक, आप टॉपिक समझिए फिर बोलिए। और अगर टॉपिक समझ में नहीं आया हाँ ध्रुव, बाय यूजिंग यस बट टेक्निक, बिल्कुल सही। अंडरस्टैंड एंड कोट एग्जांपल्स, फैक्ट्स, फिगर्स एंड डेटा, ये आपको हमेशा हेल्प करेगा। पॉजिटिव बॉडी लैंग्वेज हमेशा हेल्प करेगा। बी असर्टिव, पेशेंट एंड पोलाइट, पोलाइट रहना है पूरी जीडी में, आपको एरोगेंस या गुस्सा नहीं शो करना, ये इंपॉर्टेंट बात है। क्रिएट अ डिफरेंशिएटर, डिफरेंशिएटर कैसे? जब आप क्रिएटिव थॉट दोगे, कुछ नया एस्पेक्ट दोगे, कुछ नया पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू दोगे, तब जाके आपका डिफरेंशिएटर क्रिएट होगा। एंड ऑफ कोर्स मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंटली बी अ गुड लिसनर, आपको बहुत ध्यान से सुनना है। जब तक आप सुनोगे नहीं तब तक दिक्कत आएगी। ठीक है, वो कुछ डूज थे जो हमें करने हैं. Then there are certain don'ts जो हमें नहीं करने हैं. वही इम्पोर्टेंट बात है जो हमें नहीं करना है. हमें चिल्लाना नहीं है. डोंट शाउट, डोंट स्पीक नॉन स्टॉप. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप लगातार बोलते जा रहे हो. सुनना भी है, लिसनिंग इज ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट. नेगेटिव बॉडी लैंग्वेज नहीं करनी है आपको. चेंजिंग स्टैंड, जैसे मैंने कहा था कि पहले फॉर हो बाद में अगेंस्ट में होगा, ये भी गलत है. कॉन्ट्रडिक्टिंग अदर्स ऑलवेज, आप हमेशा दूसरों को बोलो नहीं गलत है गलत है गलत है. कुछ तो एक्सेप्टेंस लेनी पड़ेगी आपको. लुकिंग एट मॉडरेटर्स, आपको जो जीडी कंडक्ट करा रहा है आपको उसको नहीं देखना है, आपको जो सारे लोग डिस्कशन कर रहे हैं आपको उसको देखना है. 1-to-1 कन्वर्सेशन नहीं करनी है, मतलब एक दूसरे के साथ 1-to-1 बात नहीं करनी है. ठीक है, या दूसरों को बोलना है कि शट अप, या फिर यूजिंग द वर्ड्स लाइक कम ऑन यार, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, या हा 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 हा, खुश हो गया हंसना. हमेशा दूसरों के एरर्स या दूसरों का मजाक उड़ाना, या कोई इंग्लिश में मान लो स्टम्बल कर रहा है तो आप उसका फन मजाक उड़ाना. ठीक है, या डिसइंटरेस्ट दिखाना दूसरों के बात में. जब आप बोल रहे हो तो आप चाहते हो सारे सुने, जब कोई और बोलता है तो आप इधर उधर ऐसे ऐसे देखने लगते हो, डिसइंटरेस्टेड हो जाते हो. या यूजिंग कंट्रोवर्शियल या स्टेटमेंट्स या वर्ड्स, उसको अवॉइड करना. थोड़ा कंट्रोवर्सी को आपको जीडी में अवॉइड करना होता है, क्योंकि डिस्कशन है बेसिकली, आप उसमें से कुछ रिजल्ट निकालना चाहते हैं. लेकिन आप कंट्रोवर्सी में घुस जाएंगे तो उसका कोई नतीजा नहीं निकलने वाला है, सिर्फ झगड़ा होता रहेगा. So you have to make sure that you don't do all these things, right? So small clipping for the same. So I think we discussed about communication in the previous class, so we can skip this. So these are some of the tough situations कि आप शुरू नहीं कर पाए, सर आई कुड नॉट स्टार्ट, व्हाट शुड आई डू. कोई बात नहीं, सेकंड बोल लो, कोई बात, सेकंड नहीं कर पाए थर्ड बोल लो, थर्ड बोलना जरूरी है, ये इंपॉर्टेंट है. आई कुड नॉट फिनिश, टफ हो सकता है. नोबडी लेट मी स्पीक, ये आपकी प्रॉब्लम है. मैंने आपको सिचुएशंस बताई हैं कि कैसे एंट्री मारनी है. Someone dominated the GD, could be a tough situation, so make sure that nobody is dominating the GD. अगर कोई dominate कर रहा है तो आपको interject करना चाहिए और आपको अपनी जो point of view है, points हैं, वो जरूर रखने चाहिए. I could not understand the topic, उस केस में आप बाकी लोगों को सुनो. जब 2-4 लोग बोल लें तो आपको एक आइडिया लग जाएगा कि what is being said and what is the topic, what is being explained about the topic. तब आपको थोड़ा better understanding आएगी और आप उस topic को discuss कर सकते हैं. Fish market बन गई, then everybody gets rejected. So make sure you show some leadership qualities and and ensure that it does not become a fish market. तो ये आपके लिए कुछ important बातें हैं. जो सब tough situations हैं, पहले से पता होंगी, ये possibilities आ सकती हैं जीडी के अंदर. कि शुरू नहीं कर पाए तो कोई बात नहीं, टेंशन मत लो, शुरू नहीं कर पाए, 2 बार 3 बार 4 बार, उसके बाद आप बोलो, कितनी बार के बाद बोलो वो इम्पोर्टेंट है। फिनिश नहीं कर पाए कोई बात नहीं, एटलीस्ट कुछ पॉइंट्स तो आप अपने रख पाए हो। कोई नहीं बोलने देगा, ऑब्वियसली जीडी में कोई नहीं बोलने देगा, आपको अपने पॉइंट्स खुद बनाने पड़ेंगे, ठीक है। तो ये सारी बातें जब आपको पहले से पता है कि ये पॉसिबिलिटीज एग्जिस्ट करती हैं, तो आप मेंटली उनके लिए थोड़े से तैयार रहते हो। तो जब आप मेंटली तैयार रहते हो तो ऑब्वियसली आप बेटर परफॉर्मेंस देते हो। तो ये कुछ टफ सिचुएशंस होती हैं। फिर कई बार समरी आ जाती है कि समराइज करो या कंक्लूड करो, तो क्या मतलब है। तो समरी तो ये होती है कि भाई सब लोगों ने मिलके क्या क्या पॉइंट्स बोले, जो 6-7 पॉइंट्स निकल के आए हैं, वो समरी होती है। कंक्लूजन क्या होता है, कंक्लूजन का मतलब ये है कि उसका क्या आउटकम है। आउटकम का मतलब है क्या कोई रिजल्ट आया या आप किसी नतीजे पे पहुंचे। कंक्लूजन इज अ नतीजा, समरी की क्या कहा गया था। सो दैट इज हाउ वी डिस्टिंग्विश बिटवीन दीज टू थिंग्स. So that's the difference between a summary and a conclusion. So that takes care of your this particular presentation. I want you, if you have any questions, I want you to ask these questions. Else I will take a couple of topics for us to discuss. ठीक है, बताओ यहाँ तक समझ में आया? Yes लिख के भेजो चैट में, so that I know कि सब कुछ समझ में आ गया, कुछ रिपीट नहीं करना है। उसके बाद we'll take a topic. फटाफट yes yes yes, very good लिखो। Okay. Okay, so let us just have some topics, practice topics. So let's just take one of the topics. Should India change its national game? Let's take this topic. So I want you to take 5 minutes, write down whatever you want to, and then the moderators will allow you to open your mic and video, and then we will have a quick discussion on this. Okay, let's just do this quickly. Okay, are we ready with some? Let me share this screen. Hanji, we can start now. इसकी रिफ्लेक्शन आती है इसमें. Yes, let us start. Others, you may allow them to unmute themselves.
Guys, you can unmute yourself.
Yes, you can unmute. You can switch on your videos. Go ahead, Preeti. You were saying something?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I would like to start the GD within the favor of not to change the national game, because sometimes improvement can be done where you are getting to change something, because you can improve your game popularity, and that is there is a point that cricket is getting sensation among the all the youngers, but national game should not be changed because we can improve its popularity, its all the aspects that can do it. So
Yes,
I mean,
yes, I agree with you, but India
हाँ
should
ना,
change national
वीडियो भी
game
ऑन कर
because
लो आयुष, अगर नेटवर्क की प्रॉब्लम नहीं है
सर
तो।
नेटवर्क की प्रॉब्लम है ना,
हाँ ठीक है,
सही
कोई
से।
बात नहीं, बोलो।
India should change its national game because cricket is more popular than hockey in India. Mm, You may see that in the past there was Major Dhyanchand, due to which hockey was named as hockey was national game of India. But during the but due to the popularity of hockey is going down, but at the same time, popularity of cricket is increasing day by day thanks to great like Kapil Dev, Sachin Tendulkar, Dhoni, etc. But at the same time, hockey haven't produced any such role models.
हाँ जी कार्तिक, तुम्हारा माइक ऑन है, क्या बोलना चाह रहे हो? सपना? दीपक, अभिषेक, मोहित, करण, उषा, गुलशन, जयंत, नेहा, बोलो कुछ। एकता, सचिन, रजत, मोहित, प्रशांत, संध्या, प्रदीप, अपेक्षा, संजू, भारती, वंशिका, रिंकू, चंदन सिंह, धर्मेंद्र, रवि, राहुल, बोलो। प्रशांत, क्या बात, चुप क्यों? मोनिका, हरमिंदर, सचिन, कमलप्रीत, हाँ कुछ से समथिंग। अमन, सोनाली, रोहित, राहुल, पंकज, सब लोग तो हो यहाँ पे, सिर्फ सुनने के लिए हो क्या? जीडी में तो बोलना भी पड़ेगा ना। है वाशिल, शिविका, नेहा, सागर, आदर्श, ध्रुव, ज्योति, रानी, अक्षय, बोलिए समथिंग, से समथिंग, वेटिंग। हाँ ओनली ऑडियो चलेगा, बिल्कुल नो प्रॉब्लम्स। हाँ मोनिका बोलो, चलेगा ऑडियो।
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible, very much audible.
Okay. I think hockey must remain our national game because it's because of the Major Dhyan Chand. He has consistently won at least 6 gold medals. So because of this, we must stay with the hockey.
Okay.
But Major Dhyanchand was 70 years ago. After him, there are no such role models who can inspire young generations. But at the same time, cricket has produced many such role models who are inspiring millions of youth.
Sandeep Singh is a role model.
Okay.
And if you are talking about the popularity, it is because the emphasis is given more on cricket rather than hockey. So, as the youth of the country, it is our responsibility to increase the popularity of our national game.
But all the players are professional players. There is huge amount of money in cricket, but due to not saying interest in by sponsors, hockey doesn't have such money in it.
So, it is not always about the money.
I think to increase the popularity of hockey, a government should play a key role. Because if we see the price of money distribution, it gives more to cricket player as compared to hockey player. So I think we should change our national game.
I want to say something on this point, Jyoti. As the hockey team of girls is very strong, if you have watched recently, sorry, before this lockdown, if you have watched any of the game of hockey of girls team of India, then you might realize that still people can enjoy hockey. It's also interesting. Beyond cricket, cricket comes from England, and because of our history records, I think India should not change hockey to India shouldn't change its national game from hockey to cricket.
Monica, you may be right, but if we see in our surrounding, we always show a small child to adult man, they prefer to play cricket. I think more interest in cricket as compared to hockey.
Yeah, I would like to interrupt here. This is due to the unawareness of our society for our ethics game. And I would like to call the points that everything is not the money. It's all about our ethics. We can't change our ethics for such entertainment and just for the some desires. You can't change our ethics. That's the main point I would like to say.
Yes, I am agree with the point of Preeti. Because money and sponsorships are not only important, overall moral and ethics value play a greater role in making a person much better.
And after some time, after some years, if another game get much popularity, then what we will do?
Very good point.
Yes, so we are not going to take that as our national game. We can't change. We should
And
stick to our ethics,
popularity
to
is
our
in
dreams.
our hand. It is in
Yes.
the audience's hand. It is not always that the players are good or whatever. But if we talk about hockey, Sandeep Singh, many of you must have watched the movie Surma.
Yeah.
So it is very inspiring story of Sandeep Singh, and it is very true. So it is not always about the money or the fame. It is us who create the role model. And a fellow mate said that the adults and the young children, they want to play cricket. It is because they always see cricket. You know, it is not the hockey game is not as popular as cricket, and so they want to play cricket.
Just because some game is popular does not necessarily mean that we are going to shift to making a national sport. Okay, that's the key. अच्छा ऐसा है क्या ये सारा दारोमदार लड़कियों के ऊपर है क्या जीडी का? आयुष के अलावा मैंने तो कोई आवाज सुनाई नहीं दी और
I would like to add a very important point.
Okay.
In August 2012, a girl from Lucknow named Ashwarya Parashar filed an RTI, and in response, Union Ministry of Youth Affairs declared that there is actually Indian government does not recognize any sport as the national sport. So the main question is, do we really have to have a national sport? I mean, where like India is known for its diversity, its cultural diversity. So why can't we have the diversity in sports?
Okay, fair enough. Good point. Yes, Karan, you want to add something? Karan Singh?
As we can't have two prime minister or presidents at the same time period, similarly we can't give priority to two national games at the same time period.
That's why I'm saying we don't have to have a national game. We don't have now. So why do we have to have now? Like we can just accept the diversity and just respect people's wishes. And a lot of money is thrown into cricket because a lot of people watch cricket, and that money is thrown into mostly by the sponsors because they want a lot of people to know about their products. So it's not majorly because of the government, but because of the sponsors. Because people watch cricket, it's like a religion in India. And there are a lot of countries which have a multiple national sports.
True. Okay, so some good points, no doubt. There were some people who were able to speak. I would have expected others also to contribute and participate. See, you'll be given an opportunity, but you are expected to exploit that opportunity. अगर आप उस opportunity को exploit नहीं करेंगे, then there is a problem.
So
ठीक है?
I want to add some more point. May I do?
Please add.
I know many thought that it may be wrong that others country national game to copy other country national games. Like if we make cricket as a national games, it means that we copy the games of British. But I think to beat others country in their own games, I think it's a fabulous thing.
Good.
Sir, here you have assumed that India has its national game, but a person in the GD just contradicting that India doesn't have its national game.
But that's a
GD
technical point.
meaningful?
But by and large, we have studied that hockey is a national game. But then this RTI says that we do not have national games. So there is a kind of controversy there. We really don't know as to what is to be taken. So we did assume. So since this point was brought forward, it could also it could have been made a part of discussion. Yes, this itself could have been challenged. This statement could have been challenged itself that, should India, but if there's no national game, still the question holds true. Should we, have cricket as our national game? The question still is there. कि क्या क्रिकेट को बना दें? चलो हॉकी नहीं है तो क्या हो गया? क्या क्रिकेट को बनाना चाहिए? ये भी एक क्वेश्चन तो है ही ना.
Definitely say cricket should be
हाँ, वो भी फिर वही आर्गुमेंट है कि जरूरी नहीं है, क्यों बनाए, जैसे आदर्श कह रहे हो क्यों बनाना, मत बनाओ, कौन सा जरूरी है.
And if we are sticking to the fact that India should have a hockey as its national game because of its origin in India, but it's not true. Hockey was not originated from India. Actually, the origins of field hockey can be traced back to ancient Egypt, Persia, and Greece, and British brought it to India in 1900s. So that's also
then polo, but then you could have argued on polo because polo originated in India, chess originated in India, and we are not talking about that as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Harminder
that's why
says
I'm saying
that it was originated in Iran. That's what Harminder Singh is saying.
That's why I'm saying that it's important to just accept the diversity and just respect all the games, and we don't really need to have a national sport.
But then there's a counter argument which is also very valid that why not have a sports? I mean,
the national sports are for inspiring youth, motivating youth for play. You can't. Every country have its national game.
Yeah, but just limiting one sport as a national sport, it just limits the ability of a sport to inspire people. Like, why can't multiple sports inspire people? For example, Major Dhyan Chand, Sandeep Singh, these are major role models for a lot of people. But also Mahendra Singh Dhoni, Virat Kohli, Kapil Dev, they are also inspiring a lot of people. So why just stick to one? Like, why can't we have all? Just don't have a national sport.
I think, Adarsh, you're contradicting your own point because even if we are having national sport as hockey, but then also mostly people like cricket in India. So I think it's not limiting other games.
Okay, Sachin, about Kabaddi, India tried to bring Kabaddi in Olympics,
Anyone
but it
is
failed
not
because not
forcing
many
you
countries
to
were
watch only national game. You can watch any game, but national game is just not a national game. Anyone not forcing you to just watch a national game.
Yes, and hockey is not limiting the people to just stick to hockey. We are open to play any game and follow any game, anything.
Exactly. Then what's the point of a national game?
But that doesn't mean that we do not need a national game.
Then why do we need a national game?
It's because we want to honor the person who have done something.
Everyone is getting diverted from the topic. Topic was, should we change the national game or not? It's not about this, should we have a national game or not?
No, because this question came because of this reason that there's a RTI which says we do not have a national
I'm
game.
going to debate, sir.
Yes, sir. Then topic should be also changed.
Fair enough. Fair.
It
India
would not
would
be
not
about
tell
changing national game. It would be about if we should set a national game or not.
Could have. Fair enough. Could have been. ठीक है, so चलिए let's wind up for today's session. So I'm sure you got some inputs as to how do we participate in a GD. Right, tomorrow we'll be having an interview session. So time permitting, we may have a discussion tomorrow as well, and we may also take a mock interview tomorrow. Right. So that should be all. If you have any questions. कोई गलती नहीं है आयुष इसमें गलती क्या I told you there is nothing right, nothing wrong. It is just that you have to back up whatever you are saying. First important is you don't get rejected. You have not been rejected because you spoke. There are out of 65 people, maybe 10 people spoke, so 50 are rejected. You are anyway selected. So no galti there. ठीक है.
आप अपना भी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू रखो ना.
सर आपका क्या इस पे मतलब टेक है सर, हम होना चाहिए चेंज या नहीं होना चाहिए?
मेरा टेक है कि होना चाहिए और हॉकी को ही होना चाहिए, क्योंकि जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ पॉपुलैरिटी. पहला तो यही एक्सप्लेन करें कि क्यों होना चाहिए और फिर हॉकी को क्यों होना चाहिए. मैं दोनों पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू रख देता हूँ. रीजन इज होना इसलिए चाहिए बिकॉज these are symbols of nationalism which helps to glue the idea of nation basically. That is one thing. Okay, so it acts as a glue. So otherwise, why do we have a national bird? Why should we have a national flag? Why should we have a national emblem? Now, these are symbols of pride. These are symbols which give identity to a nation, and therefore it has to be there, right? So the second is hockey, because traditionally we have been doing well. It has been believed to be, at least till the time this RTI did not come, it has been believed to be our national game, with various CBSE books also quoting it as our national game. Just because cricket has become popular, it does not necessarily mean that we must move to cricket. Moreover, cricket only, there are 5-6 cricketing nations in the world which are doing well. There would be another 10 cricketing nations. So out of around 500-600 countries, there are only 10-12 countries who play cricket. But hockey is far wider a sport. It is being played in much more number of nations. There are a large number of European countries, African countries who play hockey. But if you look at cricket, these are only in Indian subcontinent. It is India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. So it is all India, let us say, old India. And then since it belongs to England, England plays it. You see, France does not have, Spain does not have, they don't have any kind of cricket team. Neither American continents play cricket team, except for South America. We have a team from South Africa. That's all. We also have a team of Kenya. But it is not a very widely played sport. It is not going to have a wider impact. So that's one aspect you can argue that cricket can be left alone.
अभी तो सर 60 देशों में हो रहा है T20. Around 60 countries playing T20 cricket.
हाँ, तो मतलब ठीक है. They are trying to push. They're trying to popularize the game by bringing in various formats. And so that means basically they are diluting cricket into a newer format to make more acceptable to the wider audience. And the longevity of the game is also a problem. You see, why do you think, football and hockey are widely accepted? Because they are short games. They don't spend entire day. Earlier, we used to spend 5 days to find out a result, and there is no result. Then it moved to 1 day, and now it's 2020. Maybe it will reduce to still shorter. We don't know. So there can be counter arguments for not making it a national sport. That's acceptable. But then there has to be an argument also that, see, there are pluses and minuses, and overall you see the net effect. So from my side, the net effect goes that let hockey be. See, making something national also implies that there will be attention towards it. There will be some government support. There will be some attention. Now, cricket itself is a already well-developed sport in the country, and it does not need any government or external support. It's self-sustaining. Hockey certainly, going by the current state of affairs, it certainly needs much more support from the government. They did by starting Indian Hockey League and things like that, but it has not caught up the way we had wanted it to. So if you remove that support, whatever they are having, then that's not a very good idea. right? Talking about Deepak is saying कि भाई कबड्डी होना चाहिए, बिल्कुल होना चाहिए, but it's not very popular as of India because we don't have those kind of grounds to play kabaddi right now. You know, do we really have a space to play kabaddi? It's in the rural area where you see the kabaddi is being played, and it is moreover a contact sport, right? And given the current circumstances, we are not sure how much long a contact sports like kabaddi is going to retain. Of course, kabaddi is a good sport and it is catching up throughout the world. But there are various formats of kabaddi which is being played around the world in different formats. It could have been thought of, no problems. That's also acceptable. So we can have your own thought processes. ऐसा नहीं है. Chess भी कह सकते हैं. We have done pretty well in chess. It has maybe originally developed in India. Polo was a game which was originally developed in India, right? And it is also being widely played. It is considered to be very prestigious and a popular sport. तो ये सारे arguments हैं. ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है. आप बोल सकते हो.
सर वही कंक्लूजन निकलता है कि गवर्नमेंट सपोर्ट की नीड है.
तो वो तो है ही, उसमें क्या है, नीड तो है ही, बिल्कुल है, नीड है.
ये सर जैसे फाइनेंशियली का जो आर्ग्यू करते हैं ना सर, आई थिंक वो रॉन्ग है, बिकॉज हर इफ वी स्पेंड मोर टाइम ऑन एनी प्रोफेशनल देन वी नीड मनी बिकॉज आवर फैमिली इज आल्सो expect this.
Spending a lot of money in football, a lot of countries are trying to make sure that football becomes very popular sports in India because of the kind of money which is involved. And if India becomes interested in football, they will have so much more customers. You see, entire Europe के जितने customer है हमारे यूपी में ही उतने लोग, तो ठीक है. तो उस सेंस में मतलब कर रहे हैं, लेकिन कोई जरूरी नहीं है पॉपुलर. वेस्ट बंगाल में पॉपुलर है, गोवा में पॉपुलर है, बट अदर पार्ट्स ऑफ द कंट्री पीपल लाइक इट बट दे आर नॉट एज क्रेजी एज दे आर क्रेजी अबाउट क्रिकेट. ठीक है. एंड we have done pretty well in hockey. We have won gold medals in Olympics. We have failed in all other sports, but hockey was one area which gave us certain gold. So ठीक है, the legacy must continue. वो भी एक argument है. ठीक है. चलिए ठीक है. Then I will end this session here. Be prepared for tomorrow. It would be the last and the concluding day. All right. And,
yes, sir.
ठीक है. Then that should be all from my. Any question, query? Last question. Okay, then I'll. ठीक है, Adarsh, you can then end this class. Thank you, Ayush. Thank you so much.